Hello everyone, and welcome to our new live masterclass today. I'm so excited to be here today with you and share some 3ds Max knowledge, and I hope you will have a great time here together, and hope you will take some valuable insights from this masterclass today and apply into your working process as soon as possible, and then just get to your next level and elevate your working skills in 3ds Max. So before we start our masterclass, I would love to know, where are you guys from? Let's chat a little bit here. We've seen many people registering to this masterclass, which made me so excited about it. So we've seen different places all around the world, and just drop a comment, where are you watching us from, and just wait a little bit for your comments. Okay, Philippine, nice, welcome. Mohammed from Sri Lanka, welcome. Albania, yeah, see that. Istanbul, Serbia, welcome guys, welcome all of you. Where else? Share with us your location. We're just curious, what part of the planet are you watching from? Istanbul, Serbia. Okay, let's see. All right. Nikki from India, nice to see you. Okay, let's see who else. Come on guys, let us know where are you watching us from, just to for me to have a picture. Okay, Haiti, wow, Turkey, nice. Oh, you are from Haiti but watching from Turkey. Okay, traveling probably. We have somebody from Montenegro, welcome. Albania, welcome. Nice to see you, all of you guys. So happy to see you here. Istanbul, we have a lot of people from Turkey. Italy, welcome. Okay, let's see. All right, and of course there are for sure people who are the first time with us in our live masterclasses, and maybe some of you who are not the first time, who came back. And I would like to know that too. How many of you are first time? Just write in the comment first time. And those of you who already have been to our other masterclasses, just write I am back. So I would like to know who of you is first time and who of you is back. Just write first time or I am back in the comments. Let me know what time is for you. First, second, third. Let's see. Have you ever been to our previous master classes? First time. Okay. Come on, guys. Let me know. Let me know. First time. First time. Okay. First time. So many first time. Is anybody coming back from other lives? First time. Okay, first time. Wow. Good to see you all, guys. I'm so happy that you came across our life and now we are all together. First time, first time. Good to see that. So many people, so many new people here. Okay, nice to see you all. So is anybody coming back from other lives? I'm sure there were people registering to this masterclass. Probably didn't make it yet. Okay, first time. Somebody's watching us from Toronto. Okay, far away from here. Okay. So let me just, before I dive into my tips I have prepared for you today, let me just jump into my presentation and tell you a little bit about myself, about Edit Academy. So I've seen you all, most of you are first time. So yeah, some of you have watched us on Instagram. We are posting a lot of videos on Instagram. So yeah, let's just get to know a little bit better each other. I will just go into my presentation here. Okay, so there you go. Our live today, our masterclass today, as you have seen, it's the name of it is Top 3ds Max Tricks that can revolutionize the way you work. So we are going to focus on some tips and tricks today just to enhance your productivity in 3ds Max, just to help you work faster, work quicker, smarter, and without stress, but to get those final high quality results, which means those high quality renders. And that's what I'm gonna teach you today and show you today in this masterclass, and hopefully you will take away with you and implement all of them into your working process. So before starting, let me just introduce who is behind Edit Academy. My name is Vlad, and today, together with my colleague Maria, we are architects and interior designers with over 12 years of experience in the field. We are also professional certified Autodesk instructors with over 10 years of teaching experience. So what does this mean? It means we are in the field. We know what are the demands in the field in architectural visualization, in interior design. So also we have seen so many students. We have had hundreds of students, and we have seen all of their struggles, all of their problems in their process of learning. So we know how to give all those tips and tricks just to help the learning process to be easier and quicker, and to get faster to those wanted results. Of course, we are course creators. We have courses in interior design, and also we have course in 3D visualization. And during all these years, all these students, we have developed this unique method of learning 3D visualization. As I said before, we are focused on the quick way of learning, the easy way of learning, and the system that will help you better get to those results. And of course, we are founders of Edit Academy, which you see here, which you can follow on YouTube. You can see more of videos we share there. You also can follow us on Instagram. We share a lot of short videos with tips and tricks there. And of course, we have Patreon page where we also have the opportunity to share some other videos, some short courses, some materials and files that you can download and use in your working process. So this is who we are, this is what we do, and I'm so glad you all are here today and we can have this time together and learn something in 3ds Max. Okay, and with this said, let me just present you today's agenda so that you know what to expect from this live, from this masterclass. And here is the 5 points I have prepared here. We'll learn the exact tricks that can speed up your modeling workflow, and then we'll learn hacks for advanced lighting strategies to also creating environments and outside lighting with shadows that can enhance your visualization. Also, we'll learn materials tips that can help you in the process of modeling, of setting up your scene. And of course, at the end, for all of you who will have patience to stay till the end, we'll have some exclusive bonuses only for those people who are attending live today with us. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A session where all of you will have the opportunity to ask some questions about the course, questions about some tips that I have shared, or maybe other questions you will have. I'll be more than happy to answer you at the end of this masterclass. Okay, so with all this said, I don't want to waste any more time of you. Let's just jump into my 3ds Max scene where I can show you my first tip for today. Okay, so this is the scene I'm gonna start with today, and let me show what do I want to show you here today. And I have an image here with a nice decorative wall here, you can see, made of wooden slats, but it's not just the ordinary wooden slats. You can see different shapes that appears here. So we have one type of wooden slats here, then we have the second one which creates this round shape over here, and then we have another shape on the bottom over here. So they're all different, they are all wooden slats but arranged differently. So this is gonna give hard time to try to model each one independently and cut through them, or maybe Boolean through them. So I will show you another way, a quicker way, so you will see how quick we can achieve this result and how realistic it's gonna look. So let me jump into my 3ds Max. First, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna create a rectangle just between this furniture here. It's a kitchen, as you already noticed. So in the front view, I'm gonna go to shapes and use a simple rectangle. I'll just activate my snap toggle to 2.5 just to have my snap points here. Okay, and then just go ahead and create this rectangle. All right, so there it is. Let's go to modify. You can see some dimensions here. Let me just make it 2000 to 4800, okay, to be precise. And the second geometry, or the second shape I'm going to create, is the circle, which I'll multiplicate here just to create those second shapes here. Let's go to create circle, I'm gonna create the first circle over here. Okay, there it is. Go to modify. Let's just give it some exact dimensions. I'll give it 795, just like this. Okay, enter, and you can see the number of steps is too low, so it's not that round, the circle. I'll just go and increase, let's say, to 64. Okay, so I can have a nice clean shape over here. Okay, so I have these two shapes over here. Now I need to align them together so they are all centered. I will go to use align tool, select the second shape, and then just use center to center. Click OK. Now my circle is right in the center of this rectangle over here. So now I need to multiplicate this circle. I want to make 3 of them. So I will use array modifier for that. So I'll select this circle over here. Go to modifier list, search for array. You know, the newer versions of 3ds Max starting with 2023-24 has an array modifier, which is cooler than the previous array tool, has much more to work with. Okay, so here I have array modifier. I will click center just to make sure that my array stays in the center of my geometry here, and the count I'll go down to 3. I need just 3 pieces of this. Okay, and then I need to specify the distance between those circles. I will go and decrease offset to 0 because I want to give it an exact distance here, and it's gonna be 1600. Okay, why is that? Because I want this small gap between circles. If my circles would be connected to each other, when I'm gonna apply my next modifier to it, is gonna crash. So I decided just to keep a small distance between them so everything works perfectly fine. Okay, now I'll just select those 2 shapes and just isolate them so that the whole kitchen doesn't stay in the way while I'm working. Okay, on the first rectangle, I'm going to apply a floor generator modifier. And if some of you don't know what floor generator is a external plugin that you can download and install into your 3ds Max. This plugin creates floors, creates different other shapes. Today I'm not going to use it for the floor, but usually people create floor with it. So it's really easy and useful. So you can just type on Google floor generator and it's gonna appear the site where you can even download the free version. There is a free version to use, or buy the full version which has some additional options to it. Okay, so now I'll just go into modifier list and type floor generator. There it is. Okay, let me just hit F3. Okay, so you see it's looking like a floor, but it's vertical. It's on my wall. So what I'm gonna need to do here is just to change the size of these wood panels over here, just to get the dimensions I want. So I'm gonna go to my modify here panel, and the maximum length I will increase to 3000. Okay, and the width for my wooden slats is gonna be 20 millimeters. Okay, so now I need to make some changes into my floor generator, because you see the length is horizontal. I need to rotate the whole floor generator vertically, so I'll just go down here in my modify panel, find in general section, find direction, and just type here 90 degrees, so everything goes vertically in this case. Okay, and then I'll just go back to my initial settings. I need to do some other changes over here, which are grout length. The grout length is space between my wooden slots. Okay, so for that I'm gonna type 35 millimeters. Okay, oops, not here in the grout length. Okay, so that I have this nice space between them. You can see a space here in the middle. It's because of the offset. I'll just decrease offset to 0. I don't need any offset in this case. So let's see how does this look in 3D. I need to extrude them a little bit more, so an extrude of 30 millimeters will work just fine. Okay, and let's just bevel it a little bit more to 1 millimeters. Okay, so these are my first piece of geometry based on that rectangle. I have just applied floor generator. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, now I'll apply a material to this. I have prepared here wood material. Okay, there you go. I'll apply this material to my geometry. Okay, and as you can see, the wood material is not perfectly right here. I'll just use an UVW map just to arrange my texture vertically on this element. Go to box and type here 1500 on all direction. Okay, now it's looking good here, but it's not looking good on this side. So probably many of you know that you can open UVW map and use Gizmo, which gives you the opportunity to move or rotate not the object but only the texture. So I'll just rotate this like this just to make it stay vertically. Okay, so this is it. I have the first piece of my decorative wall, but this is just the beginning. The fun part and the most interesting part is coming next. So now, as I have this wood floor over here, this floor generator over here, I can just copy this modifier and apply to the next geometry, so that I don't create it from the scratch. But before I do that, I need to convert this to editable spline, so I get rid of this array modifier. Otherwise, it can crash and it's not gonna work. Okay, so right click, convert it into editable spline, just like that. Now I have a simple spline over here made of 3 components, 3 circles, and now I can select my first geometry, select both modifiers, UVW map and floor generator, and right click, copy them, then select my second shape, right click and paste it like this. Okay, now you can see that the second geometry had appeared. I will just apply wood material to this as well, so you just can see the result in the material. All right, let me just drag like this. Okay, so now it's time to play with position of this wooden slats so that this from the circle come between the other ones. So I'll just go to floor generator on these 3 circles over here, go down where the general section is, and I have offset on Y direction, so I can play with it. Let me just make it closer so that you can see. All right, so I will move my offset just to move this wooden slats like this. I want just to have this nice equal elements on each side of the circle. Just a little bit more, just like that. Okay, now then I will select the first geometry over here, and of course also play a little bit with floor generator here in the offset. Okay, just move it a little bit on the y-axis, just like this. I can calculate it and make it exactly perfect, but it's not needed at this point, just to show you the way it can look. Okay, there you go. So now I have two elements. For this, I'm gonna decrease the extrude from 30 to 20 so that they are a little bit different than the first ones. Okay, now there you go. Let me just show you a quick preview here so that you can see how is this looking. Okay, there you go. Let's look at the other side. And now, as you can see, I have already a decorative wall more interesting than just some wooden slats. I have these circles. I didn't go for some high modeling process or high modeling tips, just simple shapes, just floor generator modifier, and there you go, some adjustments, and you can see the result here. But this is not it. I have the last part, which is this bottom part over here. Let me show you how I can do that. So I will do, let's stop this interactive rendering for a while. So I will select both of these shapes, isolate them just to have the opportunity to work easier with them. I'll hold shift and drag them down just to make a copy. Okay, so here in these copies I will delete all the modifiers for this one and for this one as well. Okay, and now I need to attach these two geometries, these two shapes together just to make them as one. I will select my circles. Okay, go in modify panel and find attach and just click on this rectangle over here. So now it's one shape. Okay, inside this shape I can have some changes here and play with some instruments here. First of all, I will just select vertices. Okay, and select these top vertices. Let's go to front view to make sure I'm going straight down. Move this vertex down right in the middle of the circle with my snap activated. Let me show you here. I have just vertices activated, nothing else. I like to activate just those that I use at the moment, so it's not sticking to some other points. Okay, and now I need to cut this circle from this rectangle over here. Let me show you how to do that. First of all, I'm going to go to spline. Even though this is a one shape, it's composed of 1, 2, 3, 4 splines. Okay, so I'll select this spline, go down here and find Boolean. So there is a Boolean tool inside editable spline. Okay, so here it is. And because I need to cut here, I will use subtract. Okay, and just click on Boolean to activate it, and then just go and click to each of this circle. First, then second, then third. And as you can see, okay, let me just click here. As you can see, it has created a new shape based on those two shapes. I just copied them, attached them together, and used Boolean inside editable spline just to create this subtract over here. Quick and easy. And then I will just move it back up here. Okay, I can again select one of these shapes already existing, select both modifiers, floor generator and UVW map, right click, copy them so that I don't create them from scratch. Right, select this spline on the bottom, right click, paste, and then just play with some adjustments here. First, I'm gonna need to adjust the size, the groove space between them, and the position of them. So let's see. Okay, now I'm going to my floor generator, and in the top settings here I will just increase the width from 20 to 30. Okay, and then the groove length from 35 to 25. And I know these numbers because I have already, I'll be honest with you, I have already played with these instruments just to see how it's working. But usually when I do something new, I'm just playing with these sizes until I get the wanted result. Okay, so 30 for width and then 25 for good length, so that I can go now on the bottom here where the Y offset is and just move it like this. Okay, so that these ones are between the other ones, just like this. Okay, and now there you go. Let me just select it and decrease the extrude from 30 to 10. So I have first is 30 millimeters extrude, second is 20, and the third one is just 10. So I have a nice difference between them in the depth. Okay, let me just bring everything back, start my interactive, and just see how it looks at the end. Can just go with something closer so that you can see. Okay, so yeah, just shapes, standard shapes, nothing too complicated, just the right tools, just the right process to use, and there you go. You have the final result, quick and easy. And of course, when we apply materials and UVW map just to arrange the texture as it should, we can get this final result, and it's looking pretty amazing. Okay, then we play with some lighting and stuff like that just to make the render look better and better. But at this time, I just wanted to show you one type of modeling process you can use in your 3D Max just to get some nice shapes. I'm not talking just exactly this one. You can do different shapes, different geometries, but using the same technique as I have been using here. Okay, so now let me just show you the final results. Okay, and then I would like to go to the next tip and the next 3D panel I have prepared for you today. And let me just hide this one over here and unhide that one. Okay, so this is another wall. Probably you have seen a lot of these ideas on the internet or maybe on other projects. So how to do that quickly? The same method I have been using previously. This is just different shapes. Let me just show you. I'll just deactivate my modifiers, and now you can see just some splines. I have created them with line tool and just different shapes, different forms, using snap to stick to some important points. Okay, and then I just have applied to them floor generator and of course UVW map just to rotate the texture as I needed in this example. And of course it's customizable. I can select each of them and go to floor generator, just go down here into direction and just play with the direction of this element. Okay, so yeah, we could do that too over here. And then let me just show you the third example. I have an image as well here just to show you what I'm gonna do here. So some of these panels, you can see the variation of their position, of their rotation. Also, you can see the variation of their color. So we're not going to play with each one independently. We're going to use array tool just to create them all together and to create the variation and to be able to change that variation. So how to do that? I will just select. Of course, I have this element and this panel over here prepared. On this panel, I'm going to apply again array modifier, just like this. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of this. So count for x are going to be 7. Okay, now I need to adjust the spacing, and I'm not going to use offset again because I want to give the exact space between them, and just play like this. Okay, somewhere like this. Okay, I can just give it 170 millimeters. Now let's go for count on z-axis, which is vertically. Here I'm gonna just leave offset 1, so it's gonna use the previous element and just place it next to it. Okay, and now I have them placed. They're all same direction oriented. To create this variation of rotation, I will need to go into the transform section and find local rotation, which means each piece will rotate around its own pivot point. Okay, so now when we rotate on the z-axis, you can see they're all rotating the same time, the same angle. I don't need that, so I will just need to change here for local rotation from all to random increment. And random increment, when we start to rotate here, you can see the magic here. 1 degree is okay, you can give it more, it doesn't matter here, because we have seed, and as soon as we click here, we get different option, different variation of this rotation, so we can play with it as until we are pleased with the result. And this is not it. Also, I needed them to be different materials, okay, so or different colors. So to do that, also in this array modifier, I can go down here and find material ID section, where I can say to this modifier to separate these elements with different IDs. So I don't need too much IDs. I'll have 3 materials applied on these panels. So here I'll just say him from 1 to 3 IDs, just to create me 3 IDs and spread them randomly on these elements. Now, how do we create a material that is gonna work with these 3 IDs? Let me show you here in material editor. I will just go to my 3 material prepared. Okay, so there you go. Now, how do I connect all these 3 material with the ID to my panels? I will need a general material which is called multi-sub object. Let me show you here. So this is a material composed of many IDs. I can set the number. As if you click here, you can change the number from 10 to 3 in my case, and just attach each of these material to one ID. Okay. Then I will need to apply not material independently, but this multi-sub object to my selection here. And let me close. Now, when you see here, I have a very nice variation of different materials on each of these panels. And the fun and the best part of this is when I select it and go in my modify panel here in array, where the material IDs are, and click here on this button, I can get as many variation as I want until I like the result. As I said, we will try to create, as you see in this image, to create a round hole in these wood panels. So if you ever try to do that, you know how hard it can be. You have to model this round shape or use Boolean to cut through this geometry. Boolean is not always working the way we want it to, so sometimes it's a nightmare, sometimes it's a problem. So now I'm going to show you a different way how to do that quick, easy, and most importantly how to make it customizable so that you can change, you can with a little bit of movement just to make it bigger, smaller, move it right or left, and have it the way you want it in your interior. So I'll just close this image and go to my next scene, which is this one over here. Here I'm going to show you how to do that. It's a simple scene. Okay, and then let's go this way. I will use this view just to show you how to create this hole into the scene. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is to create a cylinder I will use to create that hole. And now I'm gonna go to left view. because my wall is on the it's viewed on the left view. Create, go to geometry, standard primitives, and create a simple cylinder just like this. Okay, let's go to modify panel, radius 1200. Okay, 100, it doesn't matter at this point. I will change it anyway. Okay, sides, you can see my cylinder is not round as I want it, so the sides I'll increase, let's say, to 120. It's a big geometry, so I need to make sure it has enough sides just to be round. Okay, I will decrease the height segments to 1. I don't need them. Let's go to top view, and here is my panel, and this is my cylinder. I will just place it right here so that it cuts through my panel, and then decrease the height just to make it like this. I don't need it bigger than a little bit bigger than my panel. That's it. All right, so now what I'm gonna do with this cylinder, I will create a material, a special material which is called Corona slicer material. What does this material do? Creates from this cylinder an object that cuts through geometries. So let me show you how to do that. In the material library, okay, I'm gonna create a Corona material. It's right here, Corona slicer material. So you will see this is a pretty simple yet so powerful material. Let me show you here, and then I will apply this material to my cylinder. Let's close this, and now I'm gonna go to my camera, Shift F just to bring back my save frame, and then here on the right I will start an interactive, on the left I will start an interactive rendering just to see how things are working. So there you go. In the back of this panel I have prepared wall with wallpaper on it, and now this cylinder, without any modification on the geometry, cuts this perfect hole, and in the final visualization creates this render. And as you can see here in the caps over here of this hole, it's another color, it's not the wood material. So this color is the color of the cylinder. So if I go to my colors over here and change the color of this cylinder, click OK, you will see this color over here, because Corona slicer material doesn't have any color, so it takes from the geometry. But I don't want this color, so how to fix that? I want my wood material to go on this side too. This is pretty easy to fix. I'm going to open my slate material editor, bring this closer, and here is override cap material. Okay, so now this wood material I have applied to my panels, I will attach on this side override cap materials, and this is it. Problem is solved. Now my hole is all made of wood, and this side over here is made of wood as well. So the most interesting part is because I can easily move this cylinder and maybe increase or decrease its size, and you can see how things are changing here in my render without any modeling. It's very easy to customize, it's very easy to change, and you don't imagine you'll have that round hole and then you need to make it smaller or make it on the right or on the left. Let's say client wants some changes, and this is gonna be a nightmare for you. So let's make it a little bit complicated. This hole over here, oops, wrong dimension. I'm gonna add a light effect inside this round hole over here. So I'll just stop my interactive rendering. Okay, go here and enlarge. I'll select this cylinder, isolate it in the left view so that I see it frontally. I will just create a, or in top view, I'll just create a copy like this, okay, and make it the height 20 millimeters, just like this. Okay, bring everything back, okay, F3, and now I need this light effect to be right on the edge of the panel, inside of the edge of this panel. Okay, and how to create a light effect from this cylinder? First of all, I'm gonna right click and convert it into editable poly. Why do I do that? Just to select these polygons and delete them, because I need just this part on the perimeter, but it doesn't have thickness, so I will have issues with my light. So I'll just use another modifier which is called shell. Shell helps you give thickness to thin geometries. So I'll go to outer mount 0, inner mount I will increase to 5 millimeters, just like this. Okay, bring everything back. And how do I make this geometry to be light? Corona has a material called Corona light material. So let me show you. There it is, Corona light material. I will apply this material to my cylinder, and now let's check how things are going here. Okay, start interactive rendering. I see my round hole, I see the back wall, but I don't see my light. Why is that? It's because my cylinder, which has slicer material, cuts the light, the geometry with the light as well. So I need to exclude that from my material. So with this geometry selected, which is gonna be light, okay, I am gonna go to my material, open this Corona slicer, and here I have include or exclude objects. So you can exclude by list, but the easiest way is just to select the geometry and hit this plus over here, and now you can see one object is excluded, which means this material doesn't affect this geometry particularly. So now I can see my light effect coming inside this hole over here. Okay, I can go to material and maybe increase a little bit the intensity, 2 or 3. If it's too big or too small, I can just play with this, and probably I want it to be a little bit warmer. Okay, so there you go. Now I can have these two elements, which you don't see them in your scene. You see just a transparent cylinder and then a light effect which is inside the wall, but I can see them in the render. So to be able to play with them with different dimensions, I will select them both, add a group them together so that I can move them together and don't lose any of them in the way. Okay, so now I can select, move this to the left, okay, and everything goes to the left, move it to the right, use scale just to make it smaller or bigger, probably just like this. Okay, and just play with this geometry here. You see how easily I have access to do that without any too much effort, because I have done the right way and I have prepared everything here, in this case with material. So yeah, try to use this tip as well, and this will help you a lot. And this one over here, you can see it cuts the hole in the floor, which means I need to go to floor material and also exclude this object from slicer material. And there you go, this is the final result. I would like to show you one more tip, one more thing in this scene already prepared for you. I will just go ahead and hide my cylinder here. Okay, so you see nothing is happening now here, and in my layer explorer I have prepared a window. So yeah, you can create a window, and you don't have to create the window openings in your geometry. You just can use a box with slicer material on it. And now here is the fun part, guys. You can select this, and if you want this window on the left, maybe you want this window on the right, and you see the light comes through this window. Everything works just as it should, but you don't see anything here, any holes, any window openings, just window and the box with the right material on it, and everything works just fine. I have exclude the window from the material so that this box doesn't cut the window too. Now I can move it where I want it, and even I can make it bigger or smaller. How to do that? Because this is a group, I'm going to add an edit poly modifier on top. Select vertices, select these vertices over here, and I just drag them all the way, and there you go. I'll just leave it a little bit to render so that you can see a cleaner result. So there you go. Here is the glass, here is the window frame, here is another wood frame around this window, and you can see the outside trees which are with a HDRI map here. So yeah, you can play with different options over here. I'll just bring this back over here. Let's delete this editable poly, and I can duplicate this. Let's just copy this window over here, and now you can see the opening is working, but the material, but the window is not here. Why is that? Because I have copied this window. It's a new geometry, and the material, the slicer material, doesn't know about it. So I need to open this group, select the window, and add it into my slicer material to be excluded. And then this box, I'm gonna apply the same material to it. Okay. All right, there you go. And now everything works just fine. I have two windows instead of one. I can move them, I can make them bigger, smaller. So you can play with this as much as you can, and this is so fun and easy to do. Okay, so yeah, that's how you use material to model things in 3ds Max. That's how you use material just to help you work faster and quicker and get those results you want. And you can see in the real time how these things are helping you, and you don't have to model a lot, and then is not working in the final render, so you have to start all over again. Okay, so use this tip in your working process. And the last scene for today I have prepared is this one over here. In this scene, I'm going to show you a little bit of tips for lighting, for exterior lighting, and environmental lighting and environmental images, which means what you see outside the window. So let me just start a quick interactive here for you. Okay. I'm going to just go and stop this one over here. All right, so you can see this is a bedroom interior, and you see from the outside nice environmental lighting, which is diffused lighting, which is coming here and giving us nice smooth shadows inside. But in this type of renders, when you look through the room towards the window, it's not looking that realistic and that nice when you see just a white color on the window. And also many of you probably know how to use HDRI maps, They are pretty cool. They help a lot many time, but not all the time, because sometimes they're just not the right size. They just don't give us the right view, the right perspective. So we are frustrated with uploading different HDRI maps without getting the result that we want. So I will show you here another way, a easiest way, using a simple image attached in behind your window. So I'll show you how to do that and to get nice results. First thing I'm gonna do is just to go from the right view here, because my window is on that side, and create a simple plane. I will just go ahead and create a simple plane like this. You will see it in my interactive rendering, of course. Can play with some dimensions, but don't really need to do that. Okay, just place it like this. What I'm gonna do with this plane is to bring it closer to my window so that I see it full size. Of course, because I have brought it pretty close, it's gonna affect my lighting. Okay, so what I need to do here is to make this plane invisible for the outside lighting, so that it's not gonna affect my lights from the outside and my shadows. So how to do that? Just right click on this plane, go to object properties, and here uncheck two options: receive shadows and cast shadows. Okay, then click OK. Now you will see the color of it in this in the window, but you won't see any shadows from it, and the light is gonna come as it was before. Okay, now what I'm gonna do else with this plane, I'll just increase the number of segments on this side. Okay, let's just increase pretty much and bend it a little bit so that my image in the window doesn't look too flat. Okay, I want it to be a little bit of have a little bit of depth, so I'll just add a bend modifier, and on the x-axis just bend it a little bit like this. Okay, you won't see any results now in the color, but when you apply the image you will see some results. Okay, now it's time to apply the image on this plane, on this geometry. So I won't apply it as a simple material, Corona material. I will use Corona light material for this. Okay, go to Corona light material. Let's apply it right away. Okay, so now I see just a white light coming from my geometry. Then I will upload to this material in the color. I will upload an image. So let's do that using Corona bitmap. Okay. Let me just go here, environmental image, and first of them is gonna be this city image. Okay, as you can see, I have uploaded the image, but I still don't see the image in my window. This is simply because my Corona light material has emit light check on. So I'll uncheck this so that it doesn't emit any light. It's gonna be the light effect on it, but it's not gonna emit any light. So now I can see my image, but I can play with this material. You see it's way too dark. I will just increase the intensity, let's say to 7. Okay, so outside is more light than inside. And the last thing I need to do with this image is to adjust it so it's not shrinked or something else. So I need to make it with the right proportion. To do that, I'm gonna use UVW map, and here I will just go down and use bitmap fit. Select the original image, click open, and it's gonna adjust based on original proportion. So now if I need to make it bigger or smaller, I will just use my gizmo and the scale just to make it bigger and smaller. Okay, here is some green appearing. No, I don't want that. Just move it a little bit up, and of course play with position just to get a nicer view from my interior. Something like this. I think I like it. I will leave it a little bit for you just to render so you can see the result. Yeah, so now you can create custom environments from different images. One thing to notice is to have these images in high quality. Okay, I'll move band on top of UVW map just to make sure the texture works right. Okay, so now you can have different images. As I said, it should be in high quality. When you do a high resolution render and your background image is a poor quality, it's gonna be seen very well, and that's gonna look not that professional as you want. So yeah, find some high quality materials, some high quality images. You can even, if you have a real project, you can even go and take a photo from that window with a nice quality photo, and then just use it inside your 3ds Max just to create this outside view. And as you can see here, I can play with this outside environment here in a light mix just to make it brighter or maybe darker, depending on the result I want to achieve. Without playing here, I just can change it right in the process of rendering and see how it's looking right away. Okay, so let me just change with another image here. I'll just copy this, load another texture, let's say mountains. Okay, I will attach it to my light material. Here it's too much color outside, and I'm gonna use a color correction map just to decrease a little bit the saturation to -0.2. That will be enough. And then of course this image is different than the previous one, and I will need to adjust again my UVW map using bitmap fit. This image this time, open, and now just play with gizmo with the position and adjust it up and down, creating some nice view from my window. Okay, so you can create this material and then just upload different images and play with your final visualization as you can see here. Okay, so yeah, this is how it works. Also, when you have sun inside your 3ds Max scene, you can create some nice shadows here, and then let me just go to a closer look, and here you can also play with shadows, which means place a tree outside the window so that it creates this nice shadow that are here on the wall, or maybe create this tree using materials. Okay, so let me know how are you all doing, and if everything is all right and you're enjoying the process and the tips I'm sharing here. Just let's chat a little bit and let's see how are you all doing there. You still with me, guys? Okay. While you are writing there some of your thoughts, did you like the process? Did you enjoy it? Did you learn something new here? Okay, yeah, great. So glad. Thanks for your feedback, guys. I've tried my best today, and I will be more than happy to see this, and I'll be happy to know that you are gonna use them and implement them in your working process, and this is gonna be the best reward for me today. Okay, so let me just show you how to create those shadows, and with this I'll just end my demo here. I have plane here prepared for you, which is just a gray plane, but I will add here a material. Okay, let's see, a Corona legacy material, and in this material I will add my tree just to make sure it works the way I want with Corona bitmap. Okay, here I will add my tree texture, just a tree on a white background, and then I will add the second map, which is the same tree but black and white, created as a alpha channel, and also click open, and this I'm gonna upload into opacity color. It's gonna make it transparent where the black is, and where the white is gonna appear the tree. And there you go, you can see now this tree is making some nice shadows, and I don't need to import a 3D tree with so many polygons that is gonna increase the render time and my scene. Okay, and there you go, guys. This is some of the tips I have prepared here for you today, just to show you there is another way. There is another way of working. There is another way of modeling in 3ds Max. There is another way of preparing your scene for high quality render, for high quality visualization. You just need to pay attention to some details and try to implement this in your workflow, and not to waste hours and hours on your working process. Okay, so let me just jump back into my presentation here, and as I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg, speaking about all the tips and tricks there are to learn, just to make this working process fun, easy, and with great results in a short amount of time. So this is how to use them in your interior visualization process. And why we are sharing with you this, why we are doing that in our Instagram, in our other platforms, why we are doing these lives, because we know that all 3D artists, or many of them, struggles. Those who don't struggle have struggled before. So everybody is in this process of struggling, of growing, of trying. And how do we know? Because we have been there. We've passed through all these problems, all these struggles. We have a lot of students that have been passed through that. We've seen their process and their struggles, and their they kind of start to have less and less patience, and they just doubt about themselves, that I'm not a good 3D artist, maybe this is not for me, which we all know is not true. This is for you. It just needs to be set up the right way. So what are the problems everybody's facing? Projects that get heavy and slow right when you need that speed and that quick result. Doing the same step over and over again and losing hours and hours on working. Lighting that just not looking the right way or the way you want it, no matter how many times you try to adjust them. Maybe materials that feel kind of not realistic and flat, and they don't bring that feeling in your renders. Some scene that crashes, that break, or become messy, chaotic. You lose interest on working with them. Your clients maybe are waiting for some changes in the project, but you still figuring out why is that workflow not working, why your scene is not starting, or you cannot start a simple render. You're feeling overwhelmed by too many tools and you don't have a clear system to use in your working process. So you feel that constant pressure, like you should be faster. Why is this isn't working? Why I'm not as good as that guy on internet? Why I'm not achieving the results he does? Okay, so all of this we have summed up, we have covered up with the system that we teach, that we give to our students, and we can guide you with the best solution to solve all these problems and have a nice clean workflow which will help you get to that nice final results you want to have at the end. Okay, so what is this solution? We have created a course which the name of it is the Smart Interior Visualization System. The entire course is based on the strategy I have shown you today. Smart tips, smart tricks that you can use to get to that result, to achieve a realistic render without any hard time of modeling your interior. So this course is based on efficient learning, on optimized workflow. All the time we're going to talk about optimize your workflow. You'll see the complete process from start to the end of how to achieve these nice looking scenes and renders. You'll learn faster and without too much stress. Okay, stress less, you'll just enjoy the process. So this course is gonna start on December 1st. You'll get access to all materials and lessons for 12 months, and of course we're gonna learn here how to work with 3ds Max and Corona Renderer. So what it does, this course includes, it includes full access to all modules plus 50 plus lessons. You'll get step-by-step video tutorials on how to do that. You'll have that access of 12 months. You can rewatch as many times as you need some lessons or all of them. Repeat the process, repeat the practice, do the practice, and get to that result. Okay, you will get also access to essential resources that which includes materials, material libraries, 3D models, plugins, and more, which will help you organize your workflow. Everything we show in those lessons, you will have the access to download them and do right away with us in our lesson. And of course, we love homeworks. To all our students, we try to give homeworks because this is the part of individual practice that you do to make more than just what we teach in the lesson, to extra practice on that. And of course, this homework won't be just for you, it's going to be with our guidance. Okay, so what sets this course apart, or why is our course different than others? First of all, we focus on practice. We focus on this system that you have seen today. Okay, we avoid heavy theory or heavy lectures, and we learn by doing. We learn by doing in the process. We take a scene and step by step we get to this final result. You'll learn simple tools which create big impact. Okay, non-complex modeling which we will have in that lesson, and some advanced modeling, editable poly modeling, but we'll learn you to use simple techniques that create a big impact and technique that matter. Okay, and who is this course for? If you are a beginner starting to learn and need more guidance, this course is for you. And also, if you are already practicing, already working in 3ds Max, know a lot of things, this course is also for you, because you will start learning this system from the start to end, how to do it differently than you have done it before. Okay, so this is for both beginner and intermediate. You will find a lot of valuable insights in each lesson, starting from beginning to the end, no matter if you are beginner or intermediate. Okay, and this course, both of beginners and intermediate, this course will bring them to an advanced level of visualization. Okay, and of course, as I said, you will have this tutor guidance through our homework assignments. Once you are in the course, we will give you access to our platform where all the lesson will be, where the homework will be, and also you will be able to upload your homework into our platform and get our feedback, the instructor feedback. We'll get back to you, right, what is good, what it should be improved a little bit, and then you will be able to improve and get to next level. Okay, so tutor guidance, homework assignments, and we will be in touch with you all the time, and we will be tracking your process and your growing in to the course. Okay, we'll be happy to see your results and your feedback on how you are growing, how you are doing with your 3D Max learning. Okay, thank you guys again for everything. It was a pleasure for me, and I will just stop here. See you in our platforms, see you in the course for those who have decided, and see you probably in another live that we're gonna do next. Okay, have a nice day or nice evening, depending on where are you watching us from, and see you next time. Bye bye.